Alrighty, what's up everybody? Peter Joseph here for this getting close to late night video on this Wednesday night, July the 31st, 2024. Or if you're on my replay crew, it is now the first day of August. The dog days of August have begun, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching on the replay crew. It is now August the 1st, 2024. We are pretty much a month away from Labor Day weekend, the unofficial end of summer. So, counting down those days, my friend. We're pretty much, as of this video, as of tomorrow, we are 30 days after the month after that. This month, then we got 2 days. So 32 days until Labor Day, officially Labor Day, but 30 days till Labor Day, actually 29 days, so about 4 weeks away from Labor Day weekend, which is pretty much the end of summer for a lot of people, but summer won't officially end until pretty much near the end of September, so we got pretty much all this month, and pretty much first 2.5 weeks, probably. So about 6 to 7 weeks left of summer, officially, and then we begin the beautiful season of fall, autumn, whatever you want to call it. So it'll be going down pretty much by the end of this month, by around 7:45, close to 8-ish, but, by the time we hit Halloween, it'll be around 6 o'clock, and then right after that weekend, the first weekend of November, we turn the clocks back, so by the time it gets dark, it'll be around 5:15, close to 5:30, so by the time you're getting home from work, it'll be dark, pretty much, and it's gonna get colder, depending on where you live. If you're in the Northeast, you know how it goes, but if you're down south or out west, you don't have to worry about it that much. Not so much in Florida, because it's in the winter, it doesn't really get that cold, but it can get to about around 40, 45 degrees, the coldest I've seen it in Central Florida. If you go to around Miami, it barely gets around 50, 60, barely 50 degrees, so you're good if you live in Miami, so no snow and nothing like that, but you gotta worry about hurricanes, and they might be one coming this weekend. Who knows? I mean, I looked at the forecast for Florida, and pretty much for a whole week it's gonna be pretty much on and off rain. It sucks for you people, but you won't even see rain half the time. But the way it is, I mean, it's still gonna be in the upper 80s and 90s, close to mid 90s. But I wish I was down there with you, but I'm not. I'm up here, sweltering in the heat today. Another hot and humid day. It did rain a little bit earlier tonight. My dish went out for like 5 minutes and then came back, so I didn't miss anything really of dynamite tonight. But we'll get to that in a minute. But in any case, tomorrow's another day. It's gonna be 90 tomorrow. Another hot and humid day. Start the dog days of August, and then the weekend. Well, might not be so good, Al. Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening might rain. There's a Sunday, which sucks, because I'm actually finally going out to Sunday dinner. Finally. I haven't gone out for Sunday dinner in like the last 2 weeks, because me and the missus have been on and off sick, so. But it is what it is, and that's pretty much it. But today I went to the doctor late this afternoon, and I got a clean bill of health. And so did the missus. So we're good. So we're gonna go out and have fun this weekend. Go watch SummerSlam at a bar, a few of our friends, and then Sunday we're gonna have family dinner. And then pretty much next week, nothing. Actually, next weekend I got a couple things to do next weekend, but weekend after that I will be on my vacation. I'm going on a semi-weekend vacation out west to see a couple friends. We'll be back on that Monday of all-in week, so the 19th I'll officially be back, but I'll be offline, well, off YouTube for pretty much 4.5 days. So I'm leaving Thursday afternoon, but I will not be doing TNA, Ring of Honor, SmackDown, Rampage, Collision that entire weekend. But I will be, I won't be live tweeting it. I will be reviewing it on Twitter. So I'll just give like my a few thoughts here and there in a certain amount of tweets, but that's pretty much it. But other than that, August 16th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, I will be gone for about 4 days. It's a mini vacation. I'm just going to see a couple friends in Los Angeles, California, and then I'm coming back. And it's part of my job too, so I'm going down to see a couple concerts down there too, like local concerts. I don't think anybody big is gonna be playing at the Troubadour or the Whiskey a Go Go or even a Rainbow Room. But I'm just gonna hang out, on the Sunset Strip with a couple of friends that I know from Cali, and we're gonna have fun. Am I gonna take pictures? Oh, you wish you think you did, but I'm not gonna show you. So if you think it's a fake vacation, it's not going to be fake because I'm not going to show you any pictures. So, fuck you, man. So, getting away from this docile website full of fucking hypocrites and retards. And it is what it is. And then after that, pretty much smooth sailing up until maybe... We'll see what happens with that. I think by Halloween... it might be a little dicey by Halloween, but we'll see what happens with that. We got about 2 months to go, so. But if not, then you might not see me pretty much by in November for Crown Jewel, maybe for Thanksgiving, who knows, in Full Gear. But I'm working on it. Because my schedule's gonna be changing. I have other things to do during the month of October and November. December for the greatest month in the world, the greatest days in the world, and hitting level 48 and the end of the year. I'll be here. That's a definite. I'll be here around probably in December. So even if you don't see me a lot between the middle of October going into the end of the year, I'll still be here somehow, some way. So I'm not leaving per se, but I am taking a little bitty mini break. I'm not gonna be on here almost every day, but But it is what it is. So that's a little bitty update for now. But it could change, like everything, like wrestling, God's subject to change. So, but right now we're on August 1st right now. By October 31st, we'll see what happens with that. And we move on. But anyway, check out my first video of the day where I talk about Shane McMahon having a private meeting with Tony Khan, man. And about the possibilities of working together. It's not definite. There was a rumor that they agreed in principle, but nothing's set in stone right now. That Shane could join AEW in a on-screen and backstage role, but gotta have the perfect storyline for him. I mean, if they got Shane in an on-screen role, I mean, what can you really do with Shane? Maybe have Tony Khan's like, oh, I got somebody that's even higher up than me. I mean, it's not my father, Shad Khan. It's like Shao Kahn. Shao Kahn. No. Shad Khan. No, not him. It's this guy. And then can't play his theme music, obviously. Here comes the money! No. Can't play that. It's gonna have a different theme for him. Because it's WWE licensed and trademarked. That sucks. Unless he gets the trademark for the song, but probably coming out to new music and dancey, stop it! Shane McMahon could go against the Elite and really fuck him up, but I mean, we'll see what happens with all that. Right now, it's too early to call. So we'll just take it with a grain of salt that he might be joining in an on-screen or backstage role, or both. So check out the video. It's a really short video, like an 8-minute video, down below in the description box, or just go back a video. Don't be a lazy fuck. But it is what it is. That's that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on this late, getting close to late Wednesday night, right here on the Peter Joseph channel. I'm Peter Joseph. Very hot and still very sexy for you ladies out there. And you knew that already. But anyway, I'm Peter Joseph, anime content creator, talk about the wonderful world of wrestling and anything else I feel like talking about. And if you like it, great. You know, there's the door. Get out of here. Because you will be blocked, hidden. Same thing as block. Now, they don't even call it block anymore. I mean, they do have an option on the mentions part. If you get mentioned by a douchebag troll, you can block them and they go bye-bye. So, I mean, and you can hide them too. So it's basically hide, block too. But they can't comment on your videos. They can't do anything. Just cry like little bitches that they are. So if you're gonna act like a schmuck, you're gonna get treated like a schmuck, and you're gonna get blocked and hidden. So you're gonna get a double whammy. Because you can't block me because you love me, and I love you too. For 15 years. Same old bullshit that's been going on for 15 years. Same old slander, same old BS, basically. Because people just can't move on from me. They say I can't move on from them. Or certain people that I lost contact with, or they cut me off, and I'm still, talking about them, which I'm not. I'm still in their comment section, and I have every right to be. If they don't block me, I have every right to be there. If they block me, well, I don't care. Still a win for me. Go on with your fucking life and stop being such fucking hypocrites. Saying, I'm not gonna talk about him, I'm not gonna talk about him. And then you're doing videos about the guy. And going to the guy's state, but I mean, well, 2 guys' states, but, you're not gonna do anything. Not gonna fight the guys or anything. Because you go to jail. So. But it is what it is. Like the same thing with me. Like I'm not gonna go to another state to beat somebody up. I'm like, come on. I got no time for that. I got other things to do with my money. And my time, so. But it is what it is. Anyway, moving on. But yeah, if you're gonna act like a schmuck on my channel, these stupid comments, they're gonna get deleted, and so will you. But for the real people out there, and there are a lot of good people out there, if you want to leave a comment about the topic at hand, or anything else really, in reason of course, then leave a comment down below on this channel, this video, any one of my videos on this channel, my other channels as well. And for the new people out there, if you're just watching me for the first time, well, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Well, sit back, relax, grab a cold one, and enjoy the show. If not, like I said, there's the door. Get the fuck out of here. Go on your freaking dead channel. Like 4 subs. And make horrible freaking community posts. I don't give a shit. Do whatever you want to do on your dead channel. This is not gonna go anywhere. Because you're not going anywhere either in life and on YouTube. So go fuck yourself. That's pretty much it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your very late night AEW Dynamite! Yes! Review! For, well, yesterday, if you're watching it on replay, yesterday, July the 31st, 2024, we're coming off a not-so-great Blood and Guts 4 event, which the ratings didn't do that great. So, a little over around 700,000 views, not great. I think it still beat out, I don't know if it beat out NXT last week. I mean, I didn't see Otaku go crazy again, but, so maybe NXT won last week, but, I mean, we'll see what happens with that. NXT was okay. Great American Bash Night 1, pretty decent with Joe Hendry's concert. And other stuff that happened, Roxy and Thea Hale for the women's title. The Unholy Union against Jakara Miss Jackson, if you're nasty, and my girl, Lash Legend, It Gun. And a whole lot more on night one of Great American Bash. We got a lot to do next week. Trick Willie takes on Pete fucking Dunne. That should be very interesting. We got a title match with Ethan Page defending against Ora Menza. And other stuff on the show. Tag team titles on the line with the superhero Power Rangers against, who they face? Against MSK. I think we might see a title change, finally. I think MSK might get those belts back and bring them over to TNA. That would be nice. And then, you know, maybe Zachary Wentz will have 2 sets of titles. And then Trey Miguel gets his tag team title back. But we'll see what happens with that. So, you know, the Rascals might get NXT and TNA tag team gold around their sexy waists in a span of maybe a couple weeks to a month. We'll have to see. But we got that and more next week on Sci-Fi. Yes, it's still on Sci-Fi next week along with Monday Night Raw this coming Monday night. Well, we'll get to that. Anyway, let's get to Dynamite. Dynamite was a pretty good show. We had... Hi, guys! I know I'm waking you up, but hi, guys! It's me, Darby Allin. Hi, guys! I'm gonna get my ass kicked by the Hangman. I come from Seattle. And that's it. We got Darby Allin and the Hangman, Adam Page, about to do some cowboy shit. And yes, my voice is back now. And my nose is not clogged anymore. Yay! That's party like it's $16.99. Yeah, I wish I had some liquor right now. I don't. But tomorrow I'm going out to get some. I'm gonna get a bottle of Jack tomorrow. I'm gonna get fucking wasted this weekend. At the bar and away from the bar. And who knows with the missus. But who knows? Who knows? You're an alcoholic. Anyway, she's in the bathroom saying that, but moving on. But in any case, let's get into that. So we got SummerSlam this weekend, but we'll talk about that probably on Friday. Because we got tomorrow we're going to do TNA and Ring of Honor, and then Friday we're going to talk about SmackDown and Rampage, and then Saturday we got a lot to do. Saturday we got SummerSlam predictions early, probably right early afternoon. And then that night, we're going to do SummerSlam review. Doubt we're going to talk about the scrum unless something comes up with the scrum or if Roman comes back. Then we're going to talk. I might do an extra video with my reaction to Roman coming out. I'm not going to obviously play show anything because WWE's too pussy, for their copyright shit. But I might do an after reaction after Roman comes out and the match ends with Cody and Solo. Which will probably be the main event unless it's Drew and CM puke, but we'll see what happens with that. We might see Jimmy Uso Friday night with the tag title match with Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga taking on DIY. Johnny Gargano in his hometown of Cleveland and the Psycho Killer, Tommaso Ciampa. So, we'll have to see what happens with that on SmackDown. Also got the women's tag team belts being defended by the unholy union of Alba Fire and Isla Dawn taking on the former champions, Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. She's Bianca Belair. She plays with hair. You know what. All that shit. But that's Friday. Rampage. I don't even know what's happening on Rampage. Got a pretty interesting card on Collision at 5 p.m. That is taped, because it'll be taped tomorrow. From the Esports Arena in Arlington, Texas. Where it's going to be pretty much till Labor Day. Probably August 31st is probably the last. I would think it's going to be the last time they're going to be in that arena in Arlington. Then they're going to be in various other arenas. Probably after, September the 14th. Going head-to-head with Fall Brawl. Oh boy. And yes, Fall Brawl is back as I think it's going to be a main roster pay-per-view. Yeah, it has to be because NXT No Mercy is September the 1st. So Fall Brawl is back, but without War Games, which sucks. Unless they're going to actually do not one, but 2 War Games pay-per-views this year. Might be overkill, but Survivor Series, you have to do the Bloodline Civil War War Games match between Roman's Bloodline against Solo's crappy Bloodline, depending on who's in it, besides the Girls of Destiny, maybe Jacob Fatu, maybe Coolio, or anybody else who joins. Then you have Roman, probably be Roman, Jimmy, Jay, somebody, maybe a fifth member, maybe Sami Zayn, who knows. Might be Jacob Fatu and Sami Zayn. And then Solo will just have himself, the Girls of Destiny, probably Hikuleo, and maybe Lance, almost said Lance Archer, Lance Anoa'i, or Hikuleo. Or Zila Fatu, who knows at this point. Maybe Jacob stays with Solo throughout the rest of this year. I think he's not, because of, the way he's doing this, which is Roman's move and the Wise Man's move. And then he's putting up the one with the wrong finger. Well, not the wrong finger, the wrong hand. So all doing this, and Jacob's doing this, which Roman does. Actually, he does it with the left hand, so I'm doing it. You see it with the right hand, but it's the left hand. But it is what it is. So we got that. I have a feeling Roman's coming back. People have been. I've been going on different videos about Roman. It's like, Roman's not coming back. It's better he comes back in bad blood. No. Not a bad blood. Really? No. SummerSlam is where he came back 4 years ago. So it fits that he's coming back 4 years later at the same pay-per-view he came back the first time. From, during the pandemic era, and he just came a monster for 3.5 years. He's going to come back Saturday night, kick Solo's ass, and pretty much the rest of the fake-as-fuck bloodline. Jimmy will help him out. Maybe Jay. Who knows? He's not going to help Cody. Who gives a fuck about Cody? Roman ain't gonna help Cody. He doesn't need to help Cody. Roman's just gonna come out and just say, Solo! I'm gonna fuck you up! And then you're going to acknowledge me! And people saying that, oh, the Wise Man's gonna turn on Roman again and join up with Solo. No. I doubt that. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility, but still. I just don't think that's going to happen. I don't think so. You got to have a Wise Man. I would hate to have Solo have Heyman be the legit Wise Man this time. And not, just Paul there just to, look at how bad Solo thinks he is. He thinks he's the tribal chief, and he's not. It's a fake-ass fuck tribal chief. There's only one tribal chief, that's Roman. And we all know that already. But there are rumblings Roman might be there on Saturday. I hope he is. And Jimmy might be there on Friday. But we'll see what happens Friday and Saturday night. Let's just worry about that. We're getting there. We got Media Day tomorrow, so Issa's already there, having a ball, so tomorrow's going to be even better for her. And then she's going to maybe see Poppy Priest show, and then do the kickoff. Go to the kickoff show, and then probably be at SmackDown Friday night, and then we'd definitely be at Cleveland Brown Stadium Saturday night, and then at the Scrum. You probably hear her. You might see her too. Don't get wet. Well, never mind. Never mind, you simps out there. Me, I'll just be watching and enjoying it. But it is what it is. So we got all that this weekend. Alright, let's get back to AEW. So, AEW, like I said, was a pretty good show tonight. And we are emanating from the Bon Secours Wellness Arena in Greenville, South Carolina. Next week, they'll be in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. So they'll be in the Carolinas pretty much the next 2 weeks. This week and next week. On the road to All In. And don't forget, August the 22nd, I believe. Yeah, 22nd. Dynamite will be taped, and we'll be seeing it taped at 8 o'clock. From London. I don't know where in London. But that's that. Rampage. I don't know about Collision and Rampage if it's going to be live on Friday night, going head-to-head with SmackDown. I don't like that, but, I mean, let's see. We'll see what happens with that. But we are pretty much a month away from SmackDown going back to the USA Network. No more Fox, like the Lord. Like that. We're 2 months away from NXT going to the CW11. And then, well, we pretty much got pretty much over 5 months to go. So, Netflix, Raw goes to Netflix, and we're going to hear a lot of cursing. So, if you got Netflix, good. If you don't, well, I don't know if you want it. $16.99 unless you get it bundled. I mean, I got Amazon Prime, Hulu, and Max bundled. I only pay $16.99 now. So that's the only bill I actually pay. But well, actually, we both pay. Me and Rosa both pay it because really she still has that Amazon account, but now we kind of bundle it. So, but it is what it is. Everything else free. Paramount Plus, Disney Plus. Well, Disney Plus we share, but not me and Rosa, but we have a shared account. Well, she does, but it is what it is. You know, she doesn't have to pay for that. We get that anyway. And that's that. We did watch the first couple episodes of Cobra Kai. That is some good shit. I hate how it's gonna end. It's going to end in, like, different like 3 parts. Come on. So I think the next part is in November, and then I think part 2 is in sometime 2025, and I think it ends in, the spring of the summer of 2025. Well, it's going to end good, and then we're going to get spin-offs with probably maybe Johnny Lawrence, maybe Miguel, maybe, Samantha, not Samantha, what's her name? Danny LaRusso's kid. And then maybe some of the other members will get spin-offs. Maybe Mike Barnes gets a spin-off, I don't know. I'd like to see a spin-off where Daniel goes to Japan and hangs out with Chosen and Yumiko. That would be fun. See all those hot Japanese chicks. Not as hot as Io, Kairi, and Asuka, but that's just no so fun. That's all. Alright, let's get to Dynamite. I talked way more than enough. Alright, so, from the Bon Secours Wells Arena, Greenville, South Carolina, Dynamite emanated, and our commentary team, as always, on Wednesday nights, the man behind the mask, Excalibur, the biggest Met fan I know. Well, he didn't have a good day today, because the Mets stunk today. They lost 8-3 to the Twinkies. Now, pretty much, they're going on the road trip from hell. They're going to be in, Anaheim, or Los Angeles / Anaheim this weekend. And then on Monday, they got a day game, well, kind of like an evening game against the St. Louis Cardinals. Big game there. It's pretty much they're 1.5 games back of second place. And, not too, not too far behind is like Pittsburgh and I think Arizona. Well, I think it's St. Louis, then the Mets, or somewhere around there. But pretty much, it's a dogfight for those 3 wild card spots, and we got pretty much 8 weeks to go of the season. So, Mets better kick it in gear this in August, because August has not been a great month for the Mets statistically. And then they kind of kick it in gear in September, but pretty much it's too late sometimes. Or they just fizzle out right near the end. But hopefully we won't get that. Right now they're a game and a half back of the first wild card and a half game back of the second and third. So they're in it. So it's just, And the trade deadline came and went. Maybe David Stearns did. Basically, he gave up nothing to get nothing. And the only big thing they did was Jesse Winker. That's it. They just gave away a few minor league guys, but nothing in the top 10 prospects that they have. So, not like Mauricio go bye-bye, or Acuna going anywhere. Any of the big, huge prospects, even Beatty going bye-bye. But they stood pat. And got a lot of pitchers. Yeah, that's great. One starting on Friday, Phil Blackburn. I think he came from, I forgot where, I think he came from Oakland, wherever he came from. But he's starting on Friday. I don't even like the chance of that game Friday. Severino had a bad game today. You know, he's always due for a stinker after a couple of decent games. Same thing with Quintana and Manaya. I mean, that's it. McGill's going to the bullpen. Thank the Lord. Get him out of here. So I think we got Blackburn. I think Peterson pitches on Saturday. And maybe Quintana on Sunday for that series. So they're going to go probably to a 6-man rotation soon. But Senga's out for the year, which sucks. The bullpen, they got a few guys that in the trade deadline that can pitch and everything, pitch at the bullpen. But it's great, but still. Diaz is still up and down. That new guy, Ryan Stanek from Houston, I don't like him already. 2 games with the Mets and stinkers. He almost blew the game on Tuesday. If Diaz didn't come in and get a 4-out save. Still won the series, but, they could have lost 2 out of 3 to the Twinkies of all teams. Well, not a pushover. But now they go to Anaheim. Not really a pushover either, but, big 10-game road trip. Go to Colorado next week, and then they go to Seattle next weekend, and they finally come home August the 13th. Oh, no, the 14th. No, I forget what day it is. I think it's the 13th, pretty much. They come home for a quick 6-game series and go back on the road. Then they have that West Coast trip. Oh, Arizona, San Diego. You got Washington, Philly coming up in September. The big games they need to win. Then Atlanta. That's going to be a big series at the end of the season. They got Milwaukee in Milwaukee, I think. Yeah, in Milwaukee. Those final 6 games are going to be really, really, really tough for the Mets. I hope they can win 5 of 6, but 4-2, 3-3, I don't know. Depends how if they're fighting for the wild card, and they're gonna need a lot of help. They need St. Louis to lose, Arizona, St. Louis, Arizona, San Diego, and Pittsburgh to pretty much lose, and maybe Cincinnati, because they're red hot right now. But the Filthies got swept by the Skankies the last 3 games. I mean, Yankees back to their, they're like, okay, that's it. It's August. Let's just start playing like we need to go make the playoffs. But right now, they're a half game back of Baltimore, going into the weekend series against Toronto, which they may or may not even play 1 game maybe. It's supposed to rain this weekend, like I said. And then they got Anaheim right after that on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Then they go on the road. So, I mean, we'll see what happens with the Mets and Yankees this month. I'm hoping the Yankees are far out by then, but I'm hoping not the Mets. But like I said, the Mets statistically in August is not great. They've had some great seasons where they were just lights out in August. I want them to have a month of August like they had in June. And pretty much this month was not bad. Not bad. Pretty much since May 29th, they've been red hot. So, just gotta keep that that foot on the pedal. You know what I mean? Not like hit the brake. So we'll see what happens on Friday in Anaheim. 2 night games and then a late afternoon game. And then they go to St. Louis for evening game. Then they go to Colorado for night games, except for that Thursday game. That rare air in Colorado. You gotta love it. Alright, now, moving on. Alright, so Excalibur, the biggest Met fan I know, next to my good buddy Flobo. What's going on, dude? Gives me a lot of shout-outs. Big ups to my boy Joe Cronin for the shout-out tonight. And that's pretty much it. Alright, so we had Taz and the controversial Tony Baloney Schiavone. We got that. Alright, let's get through this, because it's getting really late. and I got things to do tomorrow. And we move on. Alright, so we start off Dynamite with a recap of Maxwell Jacob Fartknocker, MJF, the new Intercontinental Champion, beating Will Ospreay last week, and that the great 1 hour match that it was. And then, well, actually 2 weeks ago. And then last week we saw him come out and, well, throw the Intercontinental title in the garbage and proclaims himself as the American Champion. So we saw that. Then he comes out with pretty much a patriotic theme music, not his regular theme. So he comes out with the American Championship around his waist and the mic. So he gets to the ring, the fans don't even like him at all, we all know that. So he makes fun of the southern accent, saying, "I'm down south, yeah!" And southern people in general. Then he's like, "I want to talk to the real Americans, brother." No one, Derringer's not gonna sing, "I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man." Thank God he didn't sing that. But anyway, so after that, after some, saying, "Shut up, we're gonna talk now." So he promises to take out Will Ospreay all over again at All In 3 for the American Championship. And then he asks the fans to stand for a real American hero. Hey, wait, we're gonna stand for Kurt Angle? I'll stand for Kurt. You suck! You suck! You suck! Anyway, so he wants the fans to stand. They're not gonna stand for you, Max. And then we hear we hear the music of Will Ospreay, reach for the sky, whoa! Bam! He runs to the ring, and Max hightails it out of there, goes up the ramp, and then Ospreay's like, "Give me the mic, bluff!" Gets the mic. He says, "Max, get your ass in here so I can kick your ass, bluff." Promises violence, but he finds it funny that no one here in Greenville, South Carolina, cheap pop, acknowledges the American title because of the person that holds the title. And he says, "What you did last week was sacrilegious, bluff, throwing the Intercontinental title in the garbage. And that's sacrilegious to the men who have worked hard, bluff, to make the Intercontinental title mean something, bluff, like Pac, Orange Cassidy, John Moxley, Rey Fenix, and Roddy, and himself as well." And he's like, "Max, bluff, you're not worthy of holding it." And then some fans are chanting, "USA, USA." Okay. Anyway, so Ospreay says, "I get it, but you don't represent the American work ethic because you're barely here." He almost felt like he was like talking about Roman because he's like a part-timer. Not even a part-timer, defends the belt less. I mean, who cares? He had a great run. 13-17, and people complain, "He didn't defend the belt that much." It's like my good friend Macho Man Randy Savage always says, "You may not like it, but you must accept it." Thank you, Randy. Go to sleep. Ooh, yeah! Dig it! Okay. Anyway. So, MJF gets all mad. He's like, "I promise to take you out at All In." And then he's like, "You want me? You want me tonight?" "Well, you ain't getting me tonight. Because everybody dies!" And we all know when somebody says that, this guy comes out, Lance Archer. He comes out, goes to the ring, and then that's it. So they're setting up Ospreay to win back the American title, which is gonna probably rename back to Intercontinental title, get it back for the second time in his home country, because why would Max hold a belt for like a month? Just saying, he's better off getting the world title probably by the end of the year. Who knows? I hope Ospreay beats the fuck out of Max in his hometown. Because that pop he gets when he comes out is going to be amazing. I think Daniel Garcia is going to be the one to pretty much fuck over MJF, and then we're going to get MJF versus Danny Garcia, probably in like a no-holds-barred type hardcore match at All Out the week 2 weeks after that. That's what I pretty much think is going to happen. But Ocean Spray will get back that belt and probably hold it for what should have been longer than he held it this time. Or last time, I should say. He held it for like about a month or so, maybe a couple months. I forget. I forget what actual date, but anyway. Alright, blah, 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 blah. Alright, so Lance Archer comes out, but the first segment I gave a nice 3.25 out of 5 stars, and we're off and running on Dynamite! Alright, so we get to the match, which lasted under 11.5 minutes. Archer basically beat the crap out of Ocean Spray to start the match. Ocean Spray fights back, knocks him to the floor, goes for a flippy dibby-dee-doo, where it gets cut off, with a drop onto the apron. Ow! And then Archer takes his sweet ass time to follow up, and a Hurricane Rana by Ocean Spray sends him into the barricade. Ow. Back in, a springboard dropkick gets a 1 count on Lance Archer. And Ocean Spray starts picking up the pace a little bit. And then he goes up top for some type of move, gets cut off with a huge choke slam. We go to break, come back. Ocean Spray is still in trouble, Lance Archer hits a huge spine buster for a near fall. Archer then goes up top, which you rarely see. Gets caught. Then he hits something, I don't know how he did it. Huge Spanish fly, avalanche Spanish fly off the top. Somebody's been watching Joe Maximo tapes. That's my mentor. I can't do that move. I wish I could, but I do a different move off the top rope. You know what it is. But it is what it is. Alright, so Spanish fly for a near fall. Then he hits the Oz Cutter for another near fall. Goes for a hidden blade. It gets counted with a big time clothesline. Ocean Spray gets turned inside out like a piece of a shirt in the dryer. And then Archer goes for the blackout that gets counted into a tornado DDT. And then Ocean Spray hits the hidden blade, but Archer gets up at 1. He's like, come on! And then Ocean Spray, alright. And then he hits another hidden blade. 1, 2, 3, as always, Lance Archer talks a big game, but loses all the time. He can beat jobbers, but he can't beat any credible talent. Unless it's like maybe Moxley, but I was in Japan. So, doesn't count here in the States, though, but that's that. Match was pretty decent. 3.25 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it. After the match, Max comes in for a big old beatdown, and then out of nowhere, Ocean Spray's best friend in the whole wide world, Kyle Fletcher, comes out, makes the save. Don Callis, not happy about that, and Fletcher says, I was just helping my best friend. He's, not part of the family, whatever, family or not, he's my best friend, and I'm gonna come out and save him, whether you like it or not, Don. Then he goes into probably one of his best promos ever, ranting about how he doesn't like what MJF has become, and saying about foreign wrestlers, like people from Australia and Mexico and shit like that. And he's like, I want you right here, right now, Max. So I'm just like, you want me? You want me right now? No. We're going to do it next week, and I promise to kick your head off with a kangaroo kick, and I'm gonna make you bleed like Daniel Garcia, and I'm gonna break your freaking neck. So you're gonna leave the same way Daniel Garcia left, with a broken freaking neck and a pool of your own blood. Damn. So we'll see what happens with that. I think MJF is gonna win that. I mean, it's non-title, so we'll see. Maybe Ocean Spray helps out his buddy. We'll see what happens with that. Alright, moving on. Then we get a nice video for Swerve, the AEW champion. As we're pretty much 3 weeks away from his title defense against Bryan Danielson, who we'll talk about a little bit. And we move on. Alright, then we go to the back with Alex Marvez and his guest, Big Cass. He's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. Alright, here's a good old birthday, not a birthday cake, but he has some cake to celebrate, Le Champion, the FTW champion, before the world champion, Mr. Reading Rainbow himself, Chris Jericho. Hi guys! Hi guys! So he is, as of this video, 103 days as your FTW champion, so we have a good old cake for that. So Jericho and Brian Keith come in. Jericho promises revenge on Shibata at the he's like, I'm gonna deal with Suzuki at another time, and then I'm gonna let my boy here, the Bad Apple, Brian Keith, who's now medically cleared because of his elbow injury, after what Joe and Shibata and Hook did to his arm. Anyway, so Shibata and Brian Keith next week on the program. And that's it. And then they leave, and then Brian Keith almost pushes the cake into Alex Marvez's face, but he's like, you can keep the cake. And Marvez's like, it's good. It's good, yeah? Yeah, Marvez, eat another 5 pieces of cake, you fat fuck. If that was me, I'm like, oh, you ain't gonna smash me in the face. I know better. I know. I've seen this rerun a few hundred times, and it keeps getting funnier every single time I see it. Oh, that movie's coming out. Beetlejuice, duh. Number 2. And from what I seen, the trailer looks pretty good. Michael Keaton is back. That's always a good time. Not the same cast as the first one, though, which sucks. A lot more new stuff that wasn't in the first one. So, we get that. Alright, so I gave Jericho's little promo. Bye-bye. Bye, guys! I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. Alright, back to the ring we go for women's action for the ladies. We have a CMLL Women's Championship Eliminator match. We have the champ, Willow Nightingale, the resident fun girl, taking on her arch nemesis, Chris Statlander, and the resident pimp, Stokely Hathaway. I believe this is their 3rd match in their little feud. I think we're gonna get another one, and you'll see why. Starts with Willow getting jumped to start right before the bell rang, and Orbio is like, "Hey, the bell didn't ring." But the bell rang! No, it didn't. No, it didn't. Oh, now it did. So they head to the outside. Willow sends Statlander hard into the barricade. Ouch. Misses the cannonball. Ow. Go to break. Come back. Willow hits a release good buster and a speed buster for a near falls. Or for a near fall, I should say. Goes for the pounce. Period. And it gets blocked. Statlander then grabs an electric chair face buster. That had to hurt. And then an axe kick, almost like Booker T. Sutter, gets a near fall. They go to the apron, they start chopping away at their titties. Well, why wasn't I involved? Anyway, Willow's Death Valley driver on the apron playing Statlander. And then Stokely Hathaway tries to get involved. And then Willow goes right after him. And then she grabs him and looks like she was about to slap him. And she went, and then, like, wait a minute, did you slap him? I think she missed the slap, botch. And then she's like, holding him like, you son of a bitch! Right near the fans. And then Statlander comes in and hits a clothesline, knocking her down. Brings her in the ring. Willow hits a powerbomb out of mid-air. Not the baby with a powerbomb, but the powerbomb. Then she hits a DDT for a near fall. And then Statlander goes up top and headbutts Willow off the top. And that led to Statlander hitting a 450 splash for a near fall. And then Statlander distracts Aubrey Edwards. And then Stokely Hathaway slips in the steel chain behind Aubrey's back. And then Statlander hits a discus lariat clothesline with the chain. And then she kind of holds it and she does like a half-ass pin. 1, 2, 3. She gets the win and a future CMLL women's title shot, whatever that might be. So she wins in under 10 minutes. Match I gave 2.5 out of 5 stars. After the match, we see Statlander wreck Willow with a chair this time, as she put the she tried to put the chain in her trunk, in her underwear, and she gives it to Stokely. Stokely's like, trying to get rid of the evidence, putting it in his back pocket. I'm like, Aubrey, you couldn't see that? She was right there, and Statlander had her hand raised, and you see her other hand with the chain. And Aubrey kind of turns to look. Maybe I thought she looked at the Tron for a second. No. Oh well. Alright, we get that. Alright, so Willow gets beaten down with the chain and then with a chair. So we're going to get match number 4 in their series, this time for the CMLL Women's Championship. Maybe a title change, I don't know at this point. We'll see what happens with that. Alright, after that, we got to look back at Bryan Danielson. Yes! With his Collision promo, talking to Renee about, his contract ends ends today. It is over now. So Bryan Danielson is now pretty much done with AEW as a full-time wrestler, but he still has to do his match. I'll get to that in a minute. He's got a few matches left to do. So he's going to be a part-time wrestler. Or he might not, but we'll get to that in a minute. Alright, then we see Jeff Jarrett praising him up the wazoo. And he's like, I believe in you. And he's like, thank you, and then he leaves. So that's that. So we see that. Then Bryan Danielson comes out to a big old ovation from the crowd. Gets the cheap pops like, I'm glad to be here in this town. Greenville, South Carolina, which is basically where he and Bree got their engagement pictures taken, and then we get a nice little Bree. I'm like, Bree mode. I wonder if we'll see Bree and the kids at All In. I mean, it might be his last match. Get that in a second. He mentions that, me and my hot wife are looking at those pictures, and it had me thinking, I'm here to talk about presents and promises. He talks about a few years ago, made a promise to his daughter Birdie that he was going to retire as a full-time wrestler, and this is going to be his last contract. Not that contract, sorry. A few years ago, he had to retire because of that neck injury, thanks to Kane. And all the fucked up shit he used to do. It was all taken away from him. Then he came back to SmackDown. We all remember that being Shane's co-GM on SmackDown. Then teaming with him against The Miz and, I forget who else. I think it was The Miz and Morrison, I think. But, whatever. And then he got medically cleared to wrestle, and then he won the belt, turned on the people, won the hemp belt, got with Eric Rowan, and pretty much had that feud with The Miz later on. That was that epic feud, that epic segment on Talking Smack where The Miz just buried him. Probably one of the greatest freaking promos in the last, one of the greatest promos in the last few years. But, I digress. Anyway, so now he's back in AEW having the best time of his life, and he was able to be present, and then we got a "Thank you, Bryan" chant, and he's almost about to cry like a little bitch. And he says, "For that moment, I was present, but now, let's talk about promises." So, then he mentions about Birdie. He promised his daughter Birdie that he would step away from wrestling and stop wrestling full time when she was 7 years old, which is coming up pretty soon. On top of that, he promised that his current AEW contract, which basically ended 4 hours ago, or a few hours ago, will be the last one he signs. Talks about the contract ending, and he is still promising to give it his all every single time he's in that ring up until all in. He says, over the years, I have kicked a lot of heads in, but I haven't won that AEW World title yet. He says, this will be my last shot at the belt at the biggest show of the year, in 3 in Wembley. And he says, I'm going to promise to go to Wembley and be present for that moment because I'm going to go all in, give it 100% with my body, my soul. He's going to go all in, and then we hear Swerve come out with Prince Nana, my good buddy. Gets in the ring. Swerve says, I would be cheering for you at any other time, but not right now. He's like, I came to this place and said I would win the AEW World title, which he did a few months ago. I think it was a Dynasty. I forget. But anyway, in any case, I don't have a stuffy nose. It's just getting that way, but because I blew my nose with it, which I really shouldn't have. But just to clear, just in case I have residual in my nose. But other than that, I won't need the after Friday. I won't even need the inhaler. Not the inhaler. Sorry, I do have an inhaler because I went to the doctor. She checked me out. Says he's like, oh, you're gonna need an inhaler for about 2 weeks because you might have bronchitis. I'm like, oh, really? Great. No wonder I had this cold for 2 weeks. I might have. I might have had bronchitis. She didn't give me like a definitive answer, but maybe I had symptoms of bronchitis. But I'm better now. Sorry, all you dumbasses out there. You can't kill Peter Gilmore yet. Well, Peter Joseph yet. It's gonna be a long time for that. But by the time I'm dead, you'll probably be too old. You'll be older, and you'll be on your way out too. So I'll see you up there. But for some of you, you won't be up there because you'll be down there, getting burned to a crisp by Satan, and then he's gonna eat your soul. No, not eat it. He's gonna swallow your soul. They're coming to get you, Barbara. Oh. Great movie, by the way. But any case, so it's like I came to this place and said I would win the AEW World title, and I did that. And he says, Brian, you could come here promising to kick heads in, but apparently you couldn't handle it when they started kicking your head in. He says, this belt isn't an achievement award, but rather something that shows you are the best in the world, which I am. Okay, that's debatable. Anyway, he says, last year, I was competing at All In while you couldn't even get on the plane. So I think he had a concussion or something. Anyway, he says, maybe your body can't handle the pressure of being champion. And I promise that you're not gonna win at All In, and you might not even walk out after what I do to you. Excuse me. So after that, him and Nana go to leave. So Daniel says like, all right, let's up the ante a little bit. How about if I don't win, I will never wrestle again. Meaning, there's Swerve, it's going to be a title versus career match. What do you say? Puts his hand out. Swerve's like, works for me. And then he tells Brian to keep that promise to your family as well. So now you know that Brian Daniels is going to win the belt. And then probably lose it, maybe a Grand Slam. Like, God forbid he loses the belt to Darby. Darby, I see him as a champion, but like the TNT champion. I think he's going to be Jack Perry. If not at All In, maybe at All Out. But that match at All In has to have stipulations. Like Anarchy in the Arena, some type of hardcore match, maybe Lights Out match. I think you're gonna get to that point where they're just beating the crap out of each other with glass, tables, ladders, chairs, oh my, maybe fire, who knows, tacks, barbed wire. I mean, anything that's not nailed down to the arena. I think we might see that, maybe at All Out or on TV. Gotta be the price of admission for that one, but, I mean, listen. But, that segment alone was great. 3.5 out of 5 stars, and that's it. Then we go to the back with Renee talking about what just happened. Bryan Danielson just runs right past her. Renee's trying to get a word in, and then Danielson runs right into Jarrett and his hot wife Karen, Satnam Singh, Sanjay Dutt, the original player from the Himalaya, and ooh yeah, Black Machismo, Jay Lethal. And Jarrett's like, that's the way it is. That's the way. That Bryan Danielson I know. That was great. That was great. And then Bryan's like, you know what? How about I'm gonna prove myself next week. Me and you, Jeff Jarrett, next week. You wanna fight? Let's fight next week. I'm like, wow, where was this last week? Shit. So, next week on the program, from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, Bryan Danielson, Jarrett, I believe for the first time ever. I mean, we'll see what happens. I think Bryan will win, but then again, I don't know. But, we get that. Alright, so all that, with the after segment promo, 3.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, we move on. Alright, then we get to a 6-man tag team match, player. We got the Beast, Mortos, with his good buddy from Mexico, and that's Bruce. And they team up with Darby, who comes out with I'm Matt Taven, and man who punches people in the dick and gives him a power driver. That's Michael Kanellis-Bennett, the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions. Yes, they're still the champs. Should have lost to Mason Mansoor. Or whoever they would face. Who do they face? Ishii and, there was Ishii and Kyle O'Reilly. Should have lost to them, but, yeah, what are you gonna do? Speaking of Kyle O'Reilly, well, he wasn't there, but he takes on, the other members of the conglomeration. We have the Funky Chicken, Mark Briscoe. Reach for the Skyboy, Jay Briscoe. As always, we pay homage to Jay Briscoe. And it's getting close to I think it's, 1 year, 2 years since Jay Briscoe passed away. 20 days from now, it'll be the 1 year anniversary of Terry Funk and Bray Wyatt's death. That's not gonna be a great thing, but you're gonna honor me anyway, cause I was a hardcore champion in Japan. I know, Terry. Not now, it's late. It's not late for me, Joseph! Okay, Terry, calm down. It's late. But I'm gonna say it anyway. Forever! Okay, say it once and that's it. Terry? Don't make me get you-know-who. I don't care if he's sleeping right now. Or whatever he's doing now. I don't want to know. That guy? He's like Ric Flair. He goes all night long. Like me. But I digress. Anyway. Alright, so we have Mark Briscoe, Orange Cassidy, freshly squeezed orange juice. And the Stone Pitbull, Tomohiro Ishii. Not Ishii, it's Ishii. Alright, so we got a big old brawl to start. Cassidy, with his jacket as a cape, goes, Tolo! Tolo! Ole! Once, and then he tries it again. That don't work. Then, he runs at Mortis and hits and does like a big spinning DDT. Well, it doesn't really work. And then Taz accuses him of stealing his spots. When did you ever do that in ECW there, Taz, or even WWE, WWF? You never did any of those flippy dippity doos, you lying sack of shit. You get brownie points because you're a Met fan, but you doing any of those hurricanranas and all those lucha libre style moves, I never seen it. Not in ECW, not in WWF. That's it. You have it on, so stop lying. No, stop the capping, okay? Shut up and do your job. Anyway, Mortis hits a wicked spear to take over, and then Ishii comes in. Oh, big beefy men slapping meat in that ring. They beat each other up. Mortis loses and gets knocked to the floor, and then Bruce comes in, even though there wasn't very many tags in this match so far. He wins a slug out with Ishii to put him down, and then Mark Briscoe comes in, and him and Rouge have a little tussle, and Mark wins that, knocks Rouge to the outside, and then we have a step-up dive, gets cut off by Roddy, but that's fine with Mark, who knocks him to the outside for a flipping neck breaker, and then a big dive on Rouge and Mortos, I should say. Not Mentos, Mortos. We go to break, come back. Orange Cassidy's in trouble this time. But he avoids a charge in the corner. Hits Stun Dog Millionaire. He staggers the Beast. And then the hot tag to Mark Briscoe. Comes in and cleans house. And then brings in Ishii to strike away. Goes for a power driver. He gets blocked. Roddy then hits an angle slam on Ishii for a near fall. And then all 6 men are in the ring. And then pretty much it ends as Mortos gets a big win by hitting a spinning power driver. Almost like that's incredible by the man himself. Just incredible. 1, 2, 3. So Mortos pins the Ring of Honor World Champion. So he might have a title match in his, right, and coming up. Well, Mark needs challengers right now. Not that many people defend those belts, except it's on pay-per-view. So it looks like we're going to get Mortos getting a Ring of Honor World title shot against Mark Briscoe. So we get that. So big win for Mortos and his team. So match wasn't that bad. 3.25 out of 5 stars, and that's it. We did get a segment on, a promo after the show on AEW's YouTube page where Mark is kind of pissed off. He's like with the team. He's like, I'm sorry I lost. And then I think Kyle O'Reilly was there. He's like, don't worry about it. You'll get him. You'll get him next time. And then Ishii doesn't say anything. Just sits there just sits there like a log. And then Orange Cassidy's like, I'm gonna stay here for a while. Sitting laying down on my equipment box. I was like, okay. Alright, we move on with that. Alright, then we get a promo from The Acclaimed, and welcome back, Daddy Ass, Billy Gunn. Just remember, Sesame, Mommy Ass. Get that. Alright, so basically, Max Caster, who thinks he's the best wrestler alive today, which he's not. You're not, Max. Not even close. Roman and The Undertaker might have to have a word with you, sir. Anyway, they want FTR in their hometown, but they're nowhere to be seen, so alright, we're gonna do it on Collision in Texas. I'm like, okay. Why don't you just do it next week in North Carolina? That would have been a little bit better than Collision in Texas. Taped. But still. Alright, we get that. So I give that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then we get a sit-down interview with the glamorous one, my girl Mariah May. Not looking very serious right now. Talks about wanting to be like Toni Storm, so she became just like her, kind of emulated her old gimmick, the rock and roll Toni Storm, and after she beat the fuck out of her, she became Toni Storm, and then for that one week, that promo where Tony Baloney said some stupid shit, but now she's back to being sexy Mariah May. Anyway, so Mariah says Toni was perfect because she never did anything to her, but I wore her like skin, and I think she says, I love you, man. And then that's pretty much the end, and then Renee Paquette just like, I'm out of here. You're weird. And then we go to the commentary table with Excalibur, Tony Baloney, and Taz. They're talking about what just happened. And then out of nowhere, Toni Storm comes out, still in her all black getup, slick back hair, comes out with her shoe and the AEW Women's title. She says, Mariah, you said you love me when I love you too. I love you, man. And then she starts hitting herself with the shoe. And she says, at All In, this will be a romance of a lifetime. Oh, this match is going to be great. Oi. In Mariah May's hometown, mind you. Well, you know who's going to win that. Mariah May's going to win. The fans are going to go nuts. So, 2 Brits are going to win the title at All In. That's Mariah May and Will Oceanspray. Love. You know, even though, well, whatever. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, so I gave all that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, now we got a recap of what happened at San Diego Comic-Con between Britt Baker, DMD, baby, and Mercedes Moné, who dressed up as Poison Ivy, along with her bodyguard, Camille, who's dressed up as Bane. It's not Halloween yet, you're dressing up, but it's Comic-Con, so they can do that. Comic-Con New York City's coming up in about 2 months. Am I going? Probably not. I would love to, but very expensive. Especially if you want to meet the big stars there. But I'd rather just go to the panels, look around, go to a couple of other panels that last like 30 to 45 minutes. I went to one a couple years ago with Rosa, and they had a Sonic the Hedgehog panel. It was boring as fuck. Then we went to another panel, I think it was from Marvel, that was good. And then we were walking around, and we happened to go to the big rooms where they have the big panels, and I met Bud Bundy. Yeah, I actually met Bud Bundy. It was great. It was fun. He was like, hey, bud. Grandmaster B! We didn't do that. I didn't ask him to do that shit. Took a nice little picture. It's on my Facebook page somewhere. But it was a good time. It was a good time at Comic-Con. Then we went to the diner. It was like a block away. I forgot the name of that diner. Great place. Good food. Right near the Javits Center on 11th Avenue. I think it's 10th or 11th Avenue. Great place to eat, and then pretty much we walked all the way back to the freaking train station, went home. Got home late. Because you go to Comic-Con, you're there on pretty much all day. For 4 days, if you get the 4-day pass, freaking, that's a lot of money. Plus, if you want to meet the big stars or anything from the world of wrestling or movies or TV shows and shit like that. Didn't meet, and we didn't even do any of that. But besides meeting Bud Bundy, it was fun. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? We waited online for the Sonic. It was a Sonic the Hedgehog panel. I was like, what is this? I'm like, all right, let's check it out. I think it was like Sonic. I thought it was Mega Man too. I was like, what is it? All right, okay, let's check it out. And then we saw better ones after that one. We didn't stay online. We just went in. I had a good time. Took some notes and everything. Then we didn't eat. Well, we got something to drink after that because we were thirsty as fuck. And then pretty much we We left like it was like in the early evening. There was like, all right, let's go get something to eat. So I'm fucking dying. Like, let's go to the diner. So we went to the diner, had a good meal, and then we came home. But yeah, we went to, I didn't even pay for it. I got the tickets for free because somebody was going there. He knew my dad. He's like, hey, I have 2 tickets to Comic-Con. I don't even want to go, giving them away. You want them? It's like, my dad's like, yeah, my son will go. Why not? I would just do the 1-day thing if there's a good panel like House of the Dragon or back then Game of Thrones. I went to see that one. That was good. Seeing Jon Snow, that guy. I didn't meet him, but seeing him, Daenerys and all the other stars. We did the Walking Dead panel. Oh yeah, that was great. I can't wait for the new Daryl Dixon season to come out. Season 2. I think it's supposed to come out soon. I have it all DVR'd already. Pretty much everything I've DVR'd. I think I still have the Walking Dead, the final seasons. I have the season with Maggie and Negan. I had a season with Michonne and Rick. Oops, there's a spoiler. I thought he was dead. If you didn't see the final episodes of The Walking Dead, sorry to spoil it for you, idiots. And I got that season. I got I think they did the one with Daryl and Carol. I don't know if they did it yet, but let me see. Hold on a second. Let me go to my DVR. I don't want to put my. Okay, put the mute on. Thank you. Let's go wait for my. The rich man's dish to load. Load. Thank you. All right, so we got that. Let me check my DVR. All right, so I got The Ones You Love, which is Michonne and Rick. I had that entire season. Well, I have nine episodes. Some of them are just like first look at, season 2, I think. Or something. Then I got Daryl Dixon season 1, 10 episodes. With some other things in there. I got Dead City, which is Maggie and Negan series. Do I have? I think I took away the entire season of all the episodes I did DVR, but I can just watch them on Amazon Prime, so doesn't matter. I thought I still had it, but I think I took it off because it was a lot. I think it was like season 9, 10, and the last couple seasons, like 9, 10, 11. But I don't see it on my DVR. I think I threw it away. I think I deleted it. Not by accident, but... Let's see here. I still have the final seasons of Legacies 3, 4, and 5, by the way. 39 episodes I gotta watch. I watched them all, but, the missus hasn't. But, so I have to keep that from when she visits. Well, actually, not visits. I should say, what am I saying that? Well, sometimes she goes out, She goes out for a couple of days, and then when she comes back, she has to. I have it set up for her. So, not that she goes anywhere, but she goes to the city and then for like a weekend and comes back. But or she'll go to down. She go to see her, my brother-in-law, her brother. But it is what it is. But she, is here. She has it here, so she doesn't it's like visits or anything like that, No, I don't have it. So I have everything else. Alright, I gotta get Dynamite off. I've already seen that. And I got Roman and Paul Heyman's biography. Good. Alright, we're done. I just wanted to see if I had any Walking Deads from the original Walking Dead series, but I don't anymore. But I have it on. We could just watch the entire series on Amazon. So, anyway, moving on. So we see Britt Baker and Mercedes Moné fight. Get a cat fight at Comic-Con. And then Tony Khan makes the match official for All In for the TBS title. And Camille will be there. And we get that. Speaking of Camille, she has her, well, pretty much, I guess you could say, debut match. She's in the ring for 76 seconds with the lovely Brittany Jade. I've seen her before, I think. I don't know where, but I've heard of her and I've seen her before. Maybe it was at the NWA or maybe just an indie show. But anyway, so Mercedes Moné, the CEO, the boss. She's there, dancing, looking hot as always. And Camille, like I said, beats the fuck out of her in 76 seconds. Wins with a sit-out dominator. That was sick. 1, 2, 3, she pins poor Brittany Jade. And that's pretty much it. Match, I gave 2 out of 5 stars. Even though it's Camille, but still. After the match, Mercedes gets on the mic, talks a lot of shit, says Camille is now part of the Monet Corporation, brags about how great they are together. She's like, I can't stand you, Britt Baker, who's pretty much suspended because of what happened at Comic-Con, because he attacked her, even though Mercedes should be suspended too, because they kind of went at it. Makes no sense that Britt gets suspended and she doesn't. Oh, that's right, she's the CEO, she doesn't get suspended. Anyway, she says, but for now, this is my house, and I'm going to turn it into a mansion. Alright, we got that. I think Mercedes is just so fucking full of herself. She's my girl and all, you know, but she is really full of herself. Claims to say that she got the thing done with Tony Khan and Shane McMahon and took the picture. I doubt that. But, you know, she's like, I'm the greatest woman wrestler of all time. No. Not even of the modern era either. You have to, I hate saying this, but AJ, I think AJ, not Nikki, even though she held the title longer than AJ, I think AJ Lee is probably the best women's wrestler of WWE's modern era, not of that era. The greatest women's wrestler of all time, in my eyes, is and always will be the Fabulous Moolah. Oh, you thought I was gonna say somebody else, right? Like Wendy Richter, or Kaylee, you know, all those women wrestlers, like, you know, Medusa, and Lita, and Trish Stratus, and people like that. Nah, it's always been Moolah. Without Moolah, there would be no women's wrestling. And, you know, and Mae Young. But if you look at the 80s, yeah, you have to put Wendy Richter right up on top, and Rockin' Robin, and so many others. But if you're looking from pretty much the Attitude Era to now, I gotta go with AJ Lee, and a distant second would be Nikki Bella. And I'm not talking about the Japanese wrestlers like Io, Asuka, Kairi. I mean, they're up there, but they're not top tier. They're up in, like, the top 10 at least. But, well, that's that. But yeah, Mercedes Moné claiming that she's the best women's wrestler of all time, not even close. Sorry, you're my girl and all, but that statement, not a bank statement, but that statement, pff, you are just so fucking full of yourself. You believe your own bullshit, basically. I mean, you have every right to, but still, you're not the greatest of all time. It's like saying, oh, the greatest wrestler of all time, or, well, of the modern era is John Cena. I'm like, no, that's Roman. People think it's Taker. I mean, when I say Taker, I mean Taker is the greatest of all time, next to Roman. That's my opinion. My opinion matters more than your opinion, as always. Sorry. But of all time, it's debatable between all of you, but in my opinion, the greatest of all time is Hulk Hogan, brother. But that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. Alright, so we got that. Mercedes and Camille go on their merry way, and I could care less. Alright, that's it. Then we go to your main event of the evening. First time ever, we got, "Hi guys, I'm back." Darby Allin, come from Seattle, I live in my car. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, so go Darby taking on the Hangman. Adam Page do some cowboy shit. This was a pretty good match. They take their time to start. Darby knocks the Hangman to the floor. Goes to the coffin drop early. He gets pulled out of mid-air with a German suplex. Ow! Then they go up the ramp. And then Adam Page grabs a chair. I'm like, where's the fucking Bryce? The referee, Bryce Remsburg, whatever his last name is. I'm like, DQ here? He's using the chair? We grab the chair. That didn't even last that long. They get to the stage where Darby hits a flipping stunner. Ouch. Then a coffin drop off the entrance. Damn. Hits the Hangman. We go to break. We come back. The Hangman comes back. As always, the heels come back during the break. The Hangman swings Darby around in a sleeper hold. And then starts ground and pounding him a little bit. Then a fruit roll-up and a springboard spinning cross body by Darby hits Adam Page. And then the lights go out for about a couple of seconds. I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck happened? I was like, I thought somebody was actually legit coming out. Like maybe the lights go out and then they come back on, that Jack Perry would have came in the ring. No. I thought it was like, the YS6 is coming out. No. Sabu. No, not Sabu. Then they came back on maybe about 30 seconds. And that's that. Now I have to step out for just a second. I have to poop. Be right back, guys. Sorry. You gotta go. This is where I live. Check again, boy. Let's send fucking pizza in my name for people that live in Kansas City. I'll laugh. I would laugh my ass off. So, I go, yeah, you sent it to the wrong house. I don't live in Florida. Yeah, you're a lawyer. Okay. Woo! You know, the crock just came from the bathroom and woo! You should have saw what the crock was cooking. He was baking, baby. He was baking. Shut up. Anyway, all right, move on. So where did I leave off? All right, so the lights went out. I don't know how they went out, and I think Excalibur or one of there was Excalibur or Tony Baloney kind of covers says, we had an electrical storm outside the arena. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? But anyway, they came back on. It was just a glitch. I don't know. But anyway, they came back on. Really, nothing changed. So they kind of stopped the match because of a power failure. They come back on, and Adam Page elbows Darby in the chest, and then Darby flips over the steps and dives at Adam Page. That was sick. Even though, I mean, freaking Adam Page was like whipping his ass. He like picked him up, hit an apron powerbomb, not once, not twice, but 3 times. Then he has a 4-way slam, sending Darby into the steps. Ow! That was crazy. I just mentioned it just now. That was crazy. We go to another break, our final break. We had an overrun, I think about 5 minutes, of course. We come back for the final time. The Hangman hits a super fall-away slam from the top, and then starts glaring at Darby, as he loves to do, because he likes staring at people. And then Darby gets dropped on the steps again. And then Darby comes back and sweep the leg down your son. Sweeps the legs of Page, sending him into the steps for his trouble. Like, hey, turnabout's fair play. And then Darby hits another flippy dippity doo, which takes Adam Page back. Hits the back of the steps. And then both of them are down on the floor. Bryce starts counting them out. They get back in. Darby goes for a coffin drop. That gets pulled into a 1905 sleeper, which is reversed into a roll-up for a near fall. And then the Hangman comes back with a buckshot lariat for a near fall. And then a power bomb for good measure. Darby's in trouble. And the Hangman picks him up, hits not 1, but 2 dead eyes, like spiking Darby on his head. That was sick. And then he's like, alright, he doesn't go for the cover. I'm like, how much more is this you're going to give to Darby? Just pin the guy already. But Hangman gets a little bit cocky, goes outside for a buckshot lariat. No, actually, no. He goes around the ring, and then picks up Darby. I thought he was gonna go for like a slingshot or maybe a submission move. He picks him up and he flips him forward. Goes for the, I think because he's trying for a different version of the buckshot lariat, like an inside version. Like he flips him up, hits the buckshot lariat, but tries that, and Darby counted into a O'Connor roll. 1, 2, 3. Darby Allin gets the win in over 20 minutes to end the show. And the Hangman was pissed. And Darby's like, thank you, man. That was that. And so Darby gets the win, a good win, as he's going into his match with Jack Perry at All In for the TNT title. And that's that. We didn't see the Bucks, we didn't see Okada or Jack Perry, kind of selling the beatdown they got inside the Blood and Guts cage. So we got that. So they haven't been on, I think they were on last week. I think they were on last weekend, I think, in promos or something like that. I forget. But anyway, probably see him this weekend or maybe next week on the programs. But we'll see what happens with that. But this match was pretty good. 3.25 out of 5 stars to end the show. On a pretty good note. And that's pretty much it. Alright, so that ends my AEW Dynamite review. Thank you all for watching. And I gave Dynamite pretty respectful 7.25 out of 10 stars. But let me know what you guys thought of the show in a comment down below. You can do your own video if you want. And that's pretty much it for that. So once again, 7.25 out of 10 stars for a pretty good Dynamite. So we'll see what happens this Friday night on Rampage, taped, and also Saturday afternoon, going into Saturday evening, 5 to 7, on SummerSlam Saturday, on a taped edition of Collision, as it would be taped tomorrow, from the Esports Arena in Arlington, Texas, where it'll be for the next month. I think the final show is August the 31st, I believe. Or maybe after that, I don't know. But they said it's going to be their new home for the summer. To the end of the summer. So I'm thinking that August the 31st show, or they go all the way to September, and then they go to the final actual show of the summer, before summer officially ends. September the 20th, 21st, somewhere around there. So maybe the final show is around that time. I don't know. But I think the final show is going to be August the 31st. But we'll see what happens with that. And we move on with that. Alright, so that's it. So Rampage and Collision this weekend, all taped. SmackDown is going to be the only live show the weekend besides SummerSlam. And that's pretty much it. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'm Peter Joseph signing off. If you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button down below on this channel, my other channels as well. Show your love and support. Leave a comment if you wish, but don't leave stupid comments like I said. And because you get blocked. Hit the bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next video. And also follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And that's pretty much it. So I will be back tomorrow night, probably sometime, I'd probably say not this late, but sometime late tomorrow night with your TNA and Ring of Honor review. Because I broke them up this week because of other thing. I mean, my illness and everything, because I couldn't do it because I had no energy and I fell asleep early. So sorry about that. But I did it anyway for you guys. But tomorrow night I will get back to doing it, pretty much on a regular schedule. For the next 2 weeks. So this Thursday night, next Thursday night, the 8th, but the 15th I will not be doing it. And the same thing for SmackDown and Rampage that weekend. On the 16th. And Collision on the 17th, I will not be doing, but I will talk about it in brief on my Twitter page. So follow me on Twitter. My Twitter link is down below in the gobbledygook. But so that's pretty much it. But I'll be here for the next 2 weeks up until August the 15th, where I will be pretty much in Los Angeles for work not work per se, but I will be there for my mini vacation, not a long vacation, because my actual vacation got cut short. I was supposed to be on vacation last weekend, but it got cut short, and then my vacation days were about to end, so I couldn't take. I was like, you know what? I took some staycation days. That's why this past week I was taking some staycation days, but I have like basically 5 days of vacation time off. So that's why I'm taking that Thursday from the 15th to the 19th. I'll be back on the 19th, but I'm not. I'm supposed to be back to work on the 19th, that Monday, but I'm taking that day off because I have the extra time. So I got that. And then I probably won't be on vacation until sometime next year. So, well, I might take a mini vacation, but it won't be like down south or out west, or even a little bit down south. But might go down to Atlantic City for the first time in like 3 years. Been a while since we went to Atlantic City. I don't even know if we're gonna go anymore, but this is expensive and expensive to get. Or if you get a good deal on the room, that's good. And then gotta put up money for food and nightlife. We go boogie. Dance the night away. With the dancing queen herself, and we do that, or we can go to the karaoke bar. We go just out to eat, and then just stay around the hotel, and listen to the music, just hang out. We could do that. Or we can just go back to the hotel, have hot amazing sex, and then watch a late night movie. Not porn, but a late night movie for free. And then we get up the next morning, go down to the continental breakfast for free, and then pretty much we're done. We hang out. Maybe if it's warm enough, we hang out on the beach, or we just walk around, play a little. Maybe if we have any money left at the slots, we play the slots, and then we go home. We're home probably by, in the at night, like between 8 and 10, depending on the traffic, of course, and getting home with the train and the other bus we gotta take. So, and then we just come home, we sleep for a couple hours, then we get up, we have a late night dinner, maybe watch some TV, and then go to sleep, because, I'm not gonna come home and fuck, I'm tired, leave me alone. Let's get some rest, then we'll eat, watch a movie, then maybe we'll have hot monkey sex, but it is what it is. But, that's that. But, yeah, I haven't been to Atlantic City in 3 years. I want to go back, but, sometimes the missus don't want to go back. But, it is what it is, and that's that. Alright, I talked way more than enough. It's late. I gotta go to bed, because I got a half day of work tomorrow, because I don't have much to do tomorrow. Friday, I got a long day on Friday, and that's pretty much it. So we'll do that. But Friday, after I finish off with work, I'm gonna do my SummerSlam prediction. Actually, no, take that back. Friday, I'll be doing SmackDown and Rampage, or anything else comes your way in the world of professional wrestling. Any big news? And then Saturday, early afternoon, I'll be doing SummerSlam predictions, then the SummerSlam review right here on the channel. And that's it. And then Sunday afternoon, before I go to Sunday dinner, I'll do Collision, and that'll be it for the weekend. And then we're back at it this Monday night for Monday Night Raw. So pretty much all next week I'll be here. The following week I'll only be doing Raw, NXT, and Dynamite, and then I'm off for a couple of days. So that's pretty much it. So no. I will not be doing videos. Might pop in for East's SmackDown review that Friday night, and then after that, I'm out of here. I'm not talking. I'm not doing any videos. I'll be a little bit active on social media that weekend, but not much. But I need some time off, and I need to cleanse myself, if you know what I mean. But it is what it is. I need some time off. I need a few days off. I would taking a week off. A lot of people say, why don't you take the forever off? Why don't you just get off the internet, get off YouTube? I'm like, fuck you. Not leaving. Excuse me. I need to get a drink. My voice is starting to go again. But it is what it is. Alright, now I'm going to shut up and go to bed. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Peter Joseph signing off. If you're not down with that, after all I said, Well, that's too goddamn bad, motherfuckers. Because me, the Prophecy, and the Purge, who had big wins today, in many ways, more ways than one. Because we're invincible, and you're not. So if you're not down with us, we got 3 words for you. Fuck you, man! And that's it. See you guys tomorrow night for TNA Ring of Honor. But until then, I'll see you guys next time. Peace!